Welcome to Inner Psychology. Discipline used to be a fairly straightforward concept. You decided to do something, and you did it. Now, the process looks much different. You make a plan, you start strong, and then a few days later, you stop. You try again, only to find yourself sliding right back to where you began. When that cycle repeats enough times, it is easy to arrive at a logical but incorrect conclusion. You tell yourself that you simply lack the discipline gene, or that you have a weak character. The reality is that your capacity for hard work hasn't eroded at all. Your environment did. You are living inside an invisible structure that is perfectly engineered to dismantle your willpower before you even take action. Attempting to force yourself to focus today is like trying to operate a delicate manual tool in a hurricane. The ecosystem around you is actively hostile to what you are trying to build. Discipline functions as the execution of a necessary action regardless of your internal state. It operates independently of readiness or motivation. Relying on raw willpower creates a resource conflict. Your internal focus is a finite biological resource, while the external pressures optimized to distract you are virtually limitless. Every app, service, and screen you interact with is ruthlessly optimized for comfort, speed, and instant reward. Your brain is constantly pulled toward the effortless and dragged away from anything slow or meaningful. This diagram illustrates the first saboteur, dopamine overload. The top line shows what happens when your brain is flooded with constant, quick rewards from cheap stimulation. Your baseline expectations for reward are artificially inflated to levels human biology was never meant to handle. Because of those extreme spikes, when you eventually attempt to do something difficult, represented by this flat, steady line, the contrast is violently sharp. The natural friction of a slow, sustained effort feels genuinely unbearable to your hyperstimulated brain. Then there is comfort addiction. When you have frictionless access to endless food, entertainment, and distraction, your brain's threat response system rewires itself. It begins to interpret any form of discomfort as a physical danger that must be avoided. If you remove all friction from your daily life, you inherently disable your brain's capacity to tolerate the friction required for long-term consistency. The third point of sabotage is our lack of mental control. Modern society has conditioned us to act based on mood, energy, and fleeting feelings, rather than honoring firm decisions. This diagram outlines the fourth saboteur, broken self-trust. When you start and stop repeatedly, there is a psychological compounding effect. Every abandoned plan breaks off a piece of your internal credibility. Over time, your brain absorbs a specific belief: this won't last. That subconscious thought acts as a preemptive kill switch. It actively neutralizes your effort before you even begin to build a new habit. You perceive your lack of consistency as a personal failure of discipline. In reality, it is a highly successful manifestation of your environment's psychological conditioning. To escape this pattern, you must stop searching for motivation. You need to build a structural counter system to regain control over your immediate environment. Step 1 is reducing easy dopamine. You have to actively starve your brain of cheap, random content. This is a mandatory prerequisite to resetting your biological tolerance for hard effort. Step 2 is making your decisions non-negotiable. You decide on your action once. From that moment forward, you remove all emotional negotiation from the execution phase. High-intensity efforts often trigger the brain's discomfort avoidance system, leading to the jagged crashes we saw on the dopamine graph. Consistency utilizes small, low-friction actions to repair the broken self-trust. Each kept promise provides the data your brain needs to update its internal identity from someone who quits to someone who follows through. This system places the focus on your actions during neutral moments, those intervals where you feel no particular drive or excitement. How you handle those quiet gaps determines the durability of your discipline. By systematically embracing discomfort and redesigning your environment, you stop passively reacting to a world designed to make you weak. You reclaim your power to choose.